Today is Kevin Stefanski's 43rd birthday. Tomorrow, he gets to celebrate by looking at the two quarterbacks that the Browns have selected. They're not going to come to some conclusion over a weekend in a mini camp. This will be a process that plays itself out over time, but there'll be enough time to look at both quarterbacks, Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, as they get their first snaps in a Browns uniform and begin to show the organization what each is about and the chances that each can win the starting job this season in what has to be the most intriguing quarterback room in the National Football League.
All right, let's stay in the AFC North. Some news, of course, earlier this week. The Steelers dealing George Pickens of the Cowboys, who has a year left on his contract. He's only 24. Pickens speaking for the first time as a Cowboy today.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to play with Dak. As far as, like, roles and stuff like that, I'm just here to work. Whatever role finds me best is where I'm going to find myself. And I feel like growth for me is taking a great direction and me coming to the Cowboys. I'm kind of where my feet are right now, to be honest. I'm not really thinking about contract talks. I'm just glad to be here at Cowboys right now and, you know, trying to build a winning culture.
Key word, growth, in that answer. So why did the Cowboys, Shefty, take a gamble when you talk about a guy that spent 3 years under Mike Tomlin and the Steelers move on? Why they take a gamble on Pickens heading into his final year?
Well, they took a gamble because when he's playing and when he's out there performing, George Pickens is one of the single most talented wide receivers in the National Football League. And they figure that getting a receiver as talented as Pickens in the final year of his contract, when there are millions of dollars at stake, is the single best time to get George Pickens, especially when all you had to give up was a 3rd and 6th round draft pick. George Pickens has so much on the line, as do the Dallas Cowboys. They need each other this season. And so if George Pickens can play like the wide receiver that the people in the Steelers organization know that he has the talent to be, then it's a huge victory for the Dallas Cowboys. But to your point, there's a reason that Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been looking for more wide receiver help as much as any team in the league, were willing to trade away a receiver as talented as Pickens for a mere 3rd and 6th round pick in a trade that did become official this afternoon, Kevin.
One of those moves, boom or bust. And my goodness, he has so much talent. It could be a coup there specifically. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back with you, the Ravens held rookie minicamp last week. Baltimore took Georgia safety Malachi Starks, 27th overall, but had him rated much higher. Of course, he's a Raven. They need him. The Ravens gave up the 2nd most passing yards in the league last season. Here's Starks yesterday on SportsCenter.
What quarterback are you looking forward to picking off the most?
I think I want to get Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to get Josh Allen. I got a few teammates up there, so it'll just be fun. It'll be a really cool moment for me.
That's a good one. We could speak it into existence here on SportsCenter.
Right.
Shoot for the stars, right?
Yeah.
Try to pick off one of the great ones. Pleased to welcome in Ravens Pro Bowl linebacker and 2-time Super Bowl champ Kyle Van Noy here in studio. As you get ready for year 12 in this league, what advice would you give a guy like Malachi and other Ravens rookies right now?
To Malachi, I would say just be a sponge. Like, you have one of the best, you have the best safety in the league, Kyle Hamilton, next to you, as well as Darius Washington, who played very well himself, in the same room as you. Be a sponge. Listen to those guys. They're going to put you in the right spots. And then be yourself.
Yeah.
I always tell players, be yourself. We don't want you to be anyone else. We want you to be yourself. I think if he does that, he'll be a good Raven.
Yeah, you are a Pro Bowler. You unlocked a fantastic season. How about a career-high 12.5 sacks?
Ooh-wee.
What changed for you here in this system, and also what you did?
For me, it's been the mindset. Just my mindset's different. I feel like I'm cut from that old school cloth a little bit. I'm not out there to be friends with anybody. I'm not shaking people's hands after games. I'm kind of like Dylan Brooks in that way.
Yeah.
Draymond gave him a hard time. I'm that guy. I'm not there to shake hands and be friends with people. I just have that mindset of an old school player to just get it done. That was the difference last year. And then I didn't have to play multiple positions that I've done my entire career. I was able to focus on pass rushing, had great coaches put me in the right spot, so it was awesome.
There's a big story this week, earlier this week, the Ravens releasing kicker Justin Tucker, who's being investigated by the league for sexual misconduct. He had the worst season of his career. What's your reaction to that news and that team's decision?
Yeah, it's not really in my realm. It's, you know, both parties got to do what's best for them, and yeah, they made a decision to release him, and I wish nothing but the best for Justin and for the organization with the Ravens.
Let's talk about the organization right now, especially coming off two tough playoff losses the last 2 years. The heartbreak against the Bills, the heartbreak against the Chiefs. How long does losses like that sit with specifically you?
For me, I take losses really bad.
So a week, 2 weeks?
It took me a week to come out of the house after the Chiefs game.
Really?
The Buffalo game was just about the same. I mean, we've had opportunities. The Chiefs were right there, AFC Championship, the divisional round right there, you know, disappointing on both parts. And just getting down to it, it's not fun to lose, and it's hard to overcome, you know, what we've tried to do in those games, and it takes a while to get over it for me.
All right, so it's out of your system because now it's been a few months.
Yeah.
Let's play some rapid fire
All right,
here.
let's play. Let's go.
I'm going to say a word or two. I want your reaction.
All right, I'm nervous.
Steelers.
Oh.
What's your reaction? First thing.
Division opponent, like rivalry. There we go, rivalry.
Lamar Jackson.
Elite.
Patrick Mahomes.
Baller.
Josh Allen.
Really good football player.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty. Ice Cold Joe.
Yeah. Best sack of your career.
There's been too many.
Oh!
Jared Goff Super Bowl 2018.
Yeah, that'll last.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for the
still
ring
gets
every
me
time you
hyped.
see it. Exactly. Bigger rivalry, Ravens Steelers or Bills Patriots from your time in New England?
Well, we won all the time when I was in New England, and, you know, we've had a couple bumps against the Steelers, and the rivalry's back. I think it's been in the mix the last couple times we've played, so I'm going to go with the Steelers-Ravens.
Bill Belichick.
Too much right now. He's got a lot going on.
He does.
But best defensive coach ever.
Yeah.
Not even close. Head coach as well. Just unreal.
All right, final one. Celtics.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a diehard Celtics fan.
Huge Celtics fan.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, JT, if you're watching, we got your back. We know you got the little wrist injury, but you're a baller, man. And hey, keep proving Steve Kerr wrong. You're trying to, you're on this side. We need you to prove him wrong. Keep balling, bro.
The motivational speaker and Pro Bowler Kyle Van Noy.
And JB, keep going to the cup too.
Okay, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chào mọi người, chào mừng mọi người đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách tô màu những sản phẩm như hoa quả này, con vật, đồ vật, vân vân. Và bây giờ mình sẽ chọn những bút màu để tô các bạn nhé. Các bạn hãy nhớ lắng xem video của mình đến hết. Mình cảm ơn. Và bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn tô màu nào. Chào các bạn, hôm nay mình tiếp tục với tô màu các bạn. Đây sẽ tô.
Nên có công cao anh không việc để đây ra làm mai đi học. Đi công dân với lại công việc con thằng. Đi học xong lựa chọn nó gọi là đi học 10 tháng thì cái công nhân giả khối công nhân nó đang nói được qua bố xe điện kia có được xe điện qua rồi mình một chế thì nó đảo nó gọi toàn được nó giống cái quần mẹ này giống cái quần mẹ này quần công quần mẹ nhà nó làm tiền là thế mà không làm nó lột lấy khi Tôi cần này thợ nào nghỉ à? Chục hôm mới làm đấy, đang có việc ta chặt lại. Nên là họ cái người ngoại chịu lợn nó sẽ làm. Tháng 4 mà. Vào đúng là bình thường họ bị ngã xe thì chân là đã bị giảm về lần tiếp rồi quán nói về lần tiếp rồi mua về lần tiếp hôm nào về đây thì về bao gà lấy đi thế nào vẫn là lái gà còn nó thì là không nói riêng lắm ở những chú con không học cái con là những kia không thể được nhiều loại thế từ đi không nghe thằng quả vậy bạn nó lọt thằng tiền nó lợn sạch lợn đấy như nào cõi như thế ngoan không biết buồn không dám buồn không được ăn đây ăn đây cơm mà là đây ông rượu cơm hoặc rượu uống hai dùng rượu đây là thầm như ăn tiên như ăn lẩu mình ăn thì gà rồi quả rượu thì bố mẹ bác còn sẽ là không thể bác cả đời không thể bằng chuyện là cái hôm nay thì chồng thì còn mà đó mình lại nói đó nhưng còn mình nói là coi nói được còn thì vậy mình như mình là một như kiểu là thì đúng là một ăn cái mình nói để là để quyền cái quyền từ trước đó